If someone wants to work in music, I would say that there is no clear path in order to do so anymore. There's no longer some fancy school you have to go to. You no longer need a certain diploma or a certain pedigree in order to have any doors open for you. In fact, that probably might not necessarily help you open your doors whatsoever. You have to build it and create it for yourself.
It's kind of weird because I didn't take this path, but I'd suggest on interning early as possible and making sure that you have a goal with your internships and you don't just hang out and have fun. Like, we have interns that come in that like hang out and enjoy the party and they don't get hired, but we've had interns that excel at what they do, and a good manager or business owner will recognize someone's skills and bring them in and help them groom them. So I think interning's super important.
Be smart, really believe in yourself, and also that there's loads of resources, say from a artist side or a professional side, there's loads of resources and you should really take advantage of them.
I was speaking to a class of broadcast students yesterday, and my question to them was, why are you here? And I get a lot of hands going up saying, well, because I like music, because I like radio, because I want to be a journalist, because I want to entertain people. It's great. Those are all really good answers, but they're all wrong. The real reason you're here in this class is because you want to be 22 years old for the rest of your life. And that's essentially the way I look at what I do and what a lot of other people in the music industry do. In fact, I think it was Bono that told me, well, there's a name drop, sorry. But Bono said, I think it was him, but it was somebody famous. He said, essentially, when you enter the music business, at whatever age you enter it is the age you remain for the rest of your career. And he's not wrong. And I look at that as the same thing with radio or television. You just tend to freeze. Your body may betray you along the way, but your attitude stays there.
The other advice, I think, what I taught, even my daughter who's starting to blog now, is just be really nice to people. There's something about just being compassionate and having courage to be able to follow and do what you do. And I think when you're working, especially with bands who spend all their time on their craft, it makes you realize that you have to do the same thing. You can't just, be relaxed about everything and just say, well, this will happen and this will happen by chance, and so few things do. So you have to work just as hard as the band does in order to help achieve their dreams and hopefully yours at the same time.
Be tenacious. Don't give up. We have a ton of interns at Universal today. A huge amount of those interns end up converting to be full-time paid staff. I think somewhere around 75% of them do. So a strong recommendation is, if you love this business, if you want to be in it, be an intern. Because they'll see that you're committed, and it'll turn into a job eventually.
Almost everybody that we would hire came from one of those schools, music business schools. So I'm not saying go to a music business school, but I think they're good. I noticed the quality of the people I was hiring were very good, and they really knew their business when they came to us. So I think that's one thing you could look at. But I think the most important thing is that if you have an idea as an entrepreneur, that you stick to your idea. Like, I think the worst thing is to be the 700th person to have an indie rock band as opposed to the first person to have something else. So I think originality is really, really important, not only for the artists, but for the entrepreneurs.
Like, if someone applies for a job with us, the first thing we're going to do is Google them. So what turns up? What does that say about you? What are we finding? Are we finding that you are an arbiter of taste in your community, and that you're talking about music all the time, and you're shooting shows, and you're writing about music, and you're pontificating on your opinions about something? Are you helping out your friends' bands? Everyone knows someone in music. What are you doing? And that's something that we'd look for. And that's how you build a career.